In this tutorial, I'll go over one method of digital painting. For this method, I'm going to start with a photograph. So I'll open up Photoshop here, and I have two images of I have two copies rather of the same image. One of them I'm going to use for a reference, and then one I will make into a sketch, and then that will become the canvas for my painting. I want to make sure that they're both the same size. So when you import pictures from a camera or your phone, you'll open them up into Photoshop and make sure that when you go image size, that your resolution is 300 pixels per inch. And it is like that on both of mine because I've just done that. So I'm going to choose one of them to be my sample. I'm going to pull that off. And right now I'll just get organized, say File, Save As, Visual Reference. Save, okay, and then this one here I'm going to say File, Save As, Digital Painting. You'll want to save your images with your last name, a space, and then a description of what they are. So I'll just hide my visual reference for now and then work on my digital painting. I'm going to click and drag this down, just make a background copy so that my background is locked. We'll maybe want to come back to that later. If we don't want it, we'll unclick the eyeball for the visibility layer. But what I'll do here is make this eye and the visual information around it into something that resembles a black and white graphite or pencil drawing. And there are a couple different ways to go about this, but the way that offers me the most control is to go to Filter, and let's look in the Filter Gallery here. Doing this on my background copy. I'm going to choose Glowing Edges, and this seems kind of weird. You're probably thinking, why on earth would I, wait for it, want my image to turn out like this? Yes, I want, when I'm painting, to use the tones that are available in my actual photograph via the eyedropper, but we will mess with this a little bit so it will turn into something that looks like a black and white sketch. You can bump up the edge width. There we go, and I want to get that visual information in there, like the outside of the iris and then the outside of the pupil, as well as some of the sheen and stuff going on in the eye. You want a decent amount of visual information. Let's bump the smoothness down and see what that does. I'm going to bump it up just a little bit. This is a negative, or the inverse, of what we will eventually see. So any black area will be white and any white area will appear black. We're just going to use this as a sketch, and then eventually, once we get into our painting, we won't need it anymore. So I'm going to say OK. It's going to turn scary. And then I will go into Image, Adjustments, and then say Invert. So now I have my sketch here, and then the last thing I'm going to do is turn this to black and white. So Image, Adjustments, and black and white. So now I have something that resembles a pencil sketch, and I will use multiple layers to add paint onto.